absolutely fantastic.
Hi, it's Todd from Todd's Workshop and Todd Cutler here, and I am with...
It's me, it's Max Fosh. Hello!
It really is. So, happy accident. Basically, he called, asked if I could help out with the trebuchet because he had book launch.
A book launch, yes. I've got a book that I'm publishing, and I was told that all good books have a book launch. I didn't want to do any old boring book launch in a Waterstones, so I called up Todd and said, can we launch a book from a trebuchet? And you, of course, said...
Yes. So as you may have noticed from my videos over the time, I've done darts, I've done plumbata, I've done bowling balls, I've done baskets of rocks. Now I've done literature, which, strong word for it, I must say.
It is some strong word about literature because I haven't written actually any of them. These are all hate comments, or not hate comments, but comments that we left under my videos, such as...
Well, actually, I just randomly opened the book here, which I think is great. This sums it all up. Handsome, handsome little man.
Thank you.
Posh.
I mean, those are correct statements, I feel.
Although there's also, I bet you still use the green slopes.
That's a skiing reference. So even my hate comments are posh, which is quite nice.
But anyway, so I was absolutely really happy to help. So what we did is we threw some. Sorry, I just read another one on the back. It's great. If you don't know Max's channel, actually, it's good. Go check it out. It's funny. So I'd seen some of Max's stuff beforehand, but I didn't actually pay any attention to who it was who was generating this stuff. And then when he called me up, then of course I checked him out to make sure he wasn't something evil, which he's not apparently. Anyway, and yeah, basically his stuff is great fun, and it really is stupidly good fun. So it's a book launch. We started out by doing it not burning, and then I suggested that we do a burning one, and
it really did burn. It really burned. It's gone through many pages. And when Todd turns to me and says, "Do you want to light it on fire?" my reaction is, of course, absolutely. Yeah. So we've launched about 4 or 5 books today.
Yeah.
And he's given me all sorts of insight as to how trebuchet works, the history of it, and even although we've got Hadrian at the moment doing all the hard work, but I did a few times ratchet it back and get it ready for firing.
Yeah, so we're going to shoot it again for Molly, who's one of the crew on this film. But basically, I'll just tell you a little bit about this sort of the technology, if you like, of what we're doing and how we're doing it, because what you can't just do is set something like that book on fire and expect it to actually go. So first of all, the book itself is very light, and the counterweight in this trebuchet is, I can't remember now, but nearly half a ton or something, and half a ton coming down without anything to resist its movement, it'll just kill itself. So the book has to get strapped to a brick, and it's effectively the brick which creates the mass, the resistance that stops the thing just killing itself.
Yeah.
But then also on the, nice bit of towel there, on the brick, I then wrapped a bit of towel with a bit of fuel on it, liquid fuel. But again, that's basically going to blow out as it goes. It sort of adds to the volume when it's properly burning, but basically it'll blow out if you try and launch the thing. So then what I did was I had some sort of Hollywood style pyrotechnic effects in there as well. So I actually had sort of thing they put on fire arrows basically in films.
Okay, yeah.
So I had a big pad of that. Whole lot was gone together. I guess you'll probably see it. I guess it'll make this film. First time I tried it, book stayed attached, brick stayed attached. They went that way, but the whole wadge of burning stuff flew out the back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we did all that, which is brilliant. And I just threw your book on the floor.
Do you know, come on, you can't be degrading fantastic literature like that, Todd, let's be honest.
Sorry, wasn't on purpose. And then the last one we did actually, which I've tried to put GoPros on things before. I had a giant dart that I threw, which I thought would keep it aligned.
And did it?
No. So that just couldn't see a thing. So actually this time they say, can we put a GoPro right on the front of a brick, which I won't do with mine, but obviously you earn more money from YouTube than I do. So Max was very happy to sacrifice a camera on the front here. And then what we did was we just gaffer taped the camera on and then created a big tail on the end. Basically, this was all just done off the back, my old special effects days, back of the van. And
that kind of came one of the, you know, when you were younger and you had that thing that would whistle when you'd like whirl it around and then let it go. Yeah. I think it was called a cat's tail and had like an American football shaped bit cone on the front. It was kind of like a more deadly version of that.
Yeah, it was great. So that tail kept it kind of
pretty
stabilised.
straight, and I think we've got the footage of that. And we're just working out whether it's going to be completely all wobbly or whether we got some useful footage of it flying through the air. Yeah. And it did survive.
It did survive. So, well, actually, this is, one professional to another. Obviously, how many cameras you killed so far in your career?
We've killed 2 or 3. The most memorable being in lava on a volcano in Iceland when I was cooking a curry from Iceland, the supermarket.
Of course.
I cooked a ready meal in an active volcano, and a GoPro was sacrificed for the gods.
Well, okay, well, we're on quits then, because I've done 3 as well. So, but no, my most disappointing though was I put an arrow straight through a GoPro, and by accident, it wasn't deliberate. And I just thought that is going to be the most awesome shot. It fried the card.
Of course it did. Of course. Where did you hit it through the lens or through the body of the camera?
Just next to the lens, but only just through the body of the camera.
Oh, so yeah, it must have been quite unlucky to hit the SD card, which is only about that big.
No, it didn't hit the card.
Oh, it didn't hit the card.
It didn't go anywhere near the card.
Oh,
it just whatever it did inside, and we tried to recover it, and there was none of it.
None of it there.
None of it there.
That's a shame.
So anyway, really, that's kind of it. So in one word though, or 4, or however many you want to choose.
Yeah.
Shooting a trebuchet, good or bad?
Absolutely fantastic. I am grinning like a little kid. It is just, there's something about the pulling of the trigger, the sound it makes. There's almost a moment of pure silence as all the movements and all the workings are happening at the same time. And then this just great feat of engineering just whooshes it all around. It's just awesome.
Yeah. Max, thank you so much for getting me involved today. It's been a pleasure. Cheers.